NASA, Axiom Space and SpaceX are set to launch the fourth private astronaut mission to the International Space Station. The space mission has been termed as Axiom Mission 4. The mission will launch from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center, Florida, aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carrying a New Dragon spacecraft. The crew is scheduled to dock with the ISS on Thursday, the 26th of June. That is today. In fact, that is tomorrow, where they will spend about 2 weeks conducting science, outreach and commercial activities. And what has taken everyone's attention is the fact that Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla's Axiom 4 mission to the International Space Station is now eyeing a launch on the 25th of June. The Axiom 4 mission is scheduled for liftoff from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The mission was originally scheduled for liftoff on the 29th of May, but was then put off to the 8th of June, then 10th of June and 11th of June. Eventually, when engineers detected a liquid oxygen leak in the boosters of the Falcon 9 rocket, and NASA also detected leaks in the aging Russian module of the International Space Station. Let's take you through who is the IAF pilot set to become first Indian in over 40 years to travel to space. Take a look.
From the Indian Space Research Organization, AX-4 pilot Shubhanshu Shukla.
Namaste. I am Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla.
A fighter pilot for 15 years, he was selected as one of 4 Indian astronauts in 2020.
Captain Shukla, are you ready for the ride? Will you do some yoga in space like your idol Rakesh Sharma did in 1984?
The first Indian astronaut, Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, traveled to space in 1984. I grew up reading about him in textbooks and listening to his stories from space. I was deeply, deeply impressed by him. This journey that I'm on, it has been a long one for me. And it started out somewhere. I didn't know that this is the path it is going to finally take. I would say that I've been extremely fortunate and extremely lucky to have gotten the opportunities to first fly all my life, which was a dream job for me, and then have the opportunity to apply to astronaut corps, and now consequently be here. The way this worked out for me was that probably a week before we arrived at Axiom was the time I came to know that I will be going. I was extremely excited to be here. I was very, very happy because this was a possibility for me to actually fly to space. You don't know how to respond to such things.
Shooks his wisdom. The knowledge that he possesses, he could be 130 years old.
For me, having him as my pilot in the Dragon capsule is great. He already has that operational savvy. You know, he's just wicked smart when it comes to spacecraft technologies.
He is very focused and he will basically go 1, 2, 3, 4 in a record time. I don't even know how he gets there so fast.
The team that I'm flying with on this mission, it is fantastic. I do feel that, I have exceptional crewmates. I will have these crew members for this one flight, but post this mission, these are going to be my friends for life. It has been an amazing journey. These are moments that really tell you that you are getting to be a part of something that is much larger than yourself. I can only say how extremely fortunate I am to be a part of this. It is my sincere endeavor through my mission to inspire an entire generation back home in the country. I want to use this opportunity to ignite curiosity among kids. Even if this story, my story, is able to change one life, it would be a huge success for me. I am Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, and I am the mission pilot for Axiom 4 mission.
Well, it is truly a historic day for India in space. And joining me now is someone who has seen it all from inside. Ravi Kumar Gupta, former director, DRDO. Mr. Gupta, very warm welcome to you. Thank you very much for speaking to News9. Sir, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla is about to make history. From a DRDO lens, how significant is this mission?
Well, I would say it is a landmark event, not just for scientific community in the country, but the entire country as a whole. And I must tell you, this mission, in this case, the role of our pilot, Group Captain Shubhanshu, is quite different from what it was in the earlier flight. This time, he is very much part and parcel of the team of the 4 people who are going there. And not just a part of team, he is the pilot. So it's a much more, kind of a big step further. Secondly, it is a landmark because not just because one Indian is going there. The matter of fact is that we have already initiated our Gaganyaan mission with eyes on exploring the space, the depths of space in the longer run. And to that extent, the kind of experiments Captain Subhanshu is going to carry out, they are intended, they are designed to improve our knowledge and as regards the survivability of the human beings in long-term space missions. So that way it becomes a very, very great challenge at the same time, a big leap forward in extending the knowledge about space, about how we survive, how we work in the space, and all, and much more in fact.
And also, sir, we are seeing a pivot private players. We're seeing a pivot, private players, global tie-ups, ISS entries. Is India finally shedding the quote-unquote observer tag in space exploration?
You mean to say the role of Subhanshu as an observer?
No, sir. What I'm saying is that we've seen it all, but talking from India's perspective, do you think that India is now finally shedding the observer tag when we speak about the space exploration?
Exactly. See, the way you participate in these in big events and the way you participate, it is more important. And what you do, and you cannot do that unless you have your own strong position in that particular sphere. So if we talk of 10 years or 12 years back, or maybe 20 years back, where we stood there, and today what we have achieved so far, we are the people, our scientists, space scientists discovered water on moon, a very, very big moment. I mean, people, it is just not a question of water. Once you are in the space, the water is a very, very important material for all the needs, just for the human, not only for human survival, but for propulsion also, for so many industrial applications, what we have to do. So yes, the moment of India, as far as the space exploration is concerned, the space science is concerned, it has arrived now. Yeah.
Right. And also, sir, you've been inside the system. When you see an Indian flying to the ISS, what does it mean to someone who's worked to put India on the tech map?
Well, see, as I said, it is not just indeed, it's a matter of great pride for every Indian. But from the scientific perspective, an Indian going there as a participant, as a team member, and carrying out these kind of experiments, which are going to be of very long-term perspective, it is a very, very big achievement for the country. We will be making a giant step. It is not just a participation of Indian going up in the space in the ISS, we are also going to set up our own Bharat space station. So that Bharat Antarkshan, the kind of experience and the expertise Captain Subhanshu will come back with after this mission, it is going to be of immense importance and value for our own setting up our own Bharat Antariksh station in the space, which will be in turn a kind of a stepping stone for future space missions, long-term space missions. And like today, we are sending our person in an international space station. The people, because we believe in cooperation, we believe in international, kind of a uplifting the human beings as such and advancing the knowledge of science for the sake of humanity. So I am sure that soon a time will come when the people around the world, the scientists from across the globe, will be joining our space station in the space. Yeah.
Right. And so space tech, as we know, isn't just about science anymore. It's strategic. Do tell us how important is it for India to be present in every space theater, from Leo to the moon to the Mars?
Very true. You very well stated. The space is a strategic sector. And let me tell you, we have 3 strategic science departments in the country, DRDO, Atomic Energy, and ISRO. That's why we call them strategic science departments. See, it is tomorrow. We are as recently Elon Musk has stated that the life is going to be, it is bound to become multi-planetary. So, to that extent, also, this is important that we have our own facilities in space, our own improve our own understanding about space, about the near term, like moon, satellite, and the solar system, and not only solar system, even beyond that. And besides, if we talk of the near term future, see, today our all military applications, space has become an integral part of it. Whether anyone likes it or not, I don't call it a militarization of space. I call it they're using the space-based resources for our genuine security needs. Today, we cannot imagine a kind of a battle being fought without the use of satellites or other space-based assets. And as these things are going to increase leaps and bounds in the near-term future. So it is this, I would say this, although it is a civilian mission, what we are seeing today, Group Captain Suvanshu Shukla is going more as a scientist in this mission and of course a pilot, but nevertheless, this is going to be of immense strategic value for our country's security needs as well. As you know, along with this, somewhere around this mission, we are also going to have another collaborative mission, which is called NISAR. The space, this NASA and ISRO synthetic aperture radar mission. It is going to be a fantastic mission, keeping an eye on the entire globe, and every 12 days it is going to completely map the entire Earth. So these kind of space-based assets are our eyes and ears in the space. And they are resources, and wherever there are resources, there is a need to protect them. That's why the space sector is a very, very important strategic sector. It must be viewed from that angle.
Right. So finally, before I let you go, from Agni missiles to astronaut missions, India's defense and space tech journey has been quite long. What's been the hardest battle?
See, I would say there are two things. If you talk of purely scientific perspective, there was a time when we did not have any scientific background. We did not have any industrial and scientific ecosystem in the country. If you, as late as 1980s, 70s, and 80s, each and everything, small things were being imported. We did not have our own bicycles, or our own motorcycles, our own cars. We have come a long way. Overcoming that was a big challenge. We had fantastic scientists, but scientists alone cannot work. You need an ecosystem. And with the kind of missiles that you mentioned, Agni and Prithvi and other defense systems, our own Tejas aircraft, while developing them, the biggest challenge was that we did not have any ecosystem. So if you need some instruments, some equipment, some machinery to make a small part, you have to design and develop those machineries also, because these were denied to us. Things have changed today. Today we have come more or less at par with the other rest of the world, and people are offering now. But there is no substitute for Atmanirbharta. They are offering because today we are Atmanirbhar. Second part, is even much more important in this aspect, is the attitude of yes, we can do it. When we sent Agni 5 on 19th of April 2012, that was a moment when people in the country as a whole realized that yes, we can do it. So that we can do it attitude, not just that, okay, we will go on taking off. Somebody will come and help us. That was the kind of attitude till that time. And that has further enhanced in kind of terms of envelope. That after 2014, the industry, the private sector has come up very well. And I would again emphasize that the making manufacturing and trading and business is not the job of government. Government job is to govern, to provide policies, to provide, right kind of atmosphere. That's all. These things must be done by the private sector. And I am very happy to see so many private sector industries coming up and taking up challenges. They have started even their own development, their own R&D research centers. We have a private sector industry which is now coming up with space rockets. There are
Right.
industries which are coming up, different kinds of space applications. And in terms of defense, we have seen in Operation Sindhu, the drones, the kamikaze drones developed and designed by private sector industry, they were extensively used, of course, apart from the whatever Akash Tir and Akash missile system and other defense. All these are, yes, they all came from DRDO. But
Right, sir.
these private sector entities are coming up in a very big way. Of course, they have been working in close association with DRDO, but nevertheless, the matter of fact is today we have a conducive ecosystem.
Right, sir. Right, sir. So thank you so much for joining us with all of those important insights. It's always a pleasure getting perspective from someone who has seen India's rise from the inside. Thank you very much, Mr. Gupta. And in fact, it's not just the nation beaming with pride. Shubhanshu Shukla's parents have also reacted to the moment. Let's quickly take a listen.
कल शुभांशु की जो है वो अंतरिक्ष में जाने की जो है डेट है क्लियर है और कल उनका जो है इंडियन समय के हिसाब से 12 बजे करीब जो है उनका मिशन जो है लॉन्च होगा और हम लोग जो है उस मिशन को जो है देखने के लिए बेताब हैं और बहुत खुशी है बच्चे का जो है मिशन पूरा हो रहा। हम लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगता है और दुआएं हैं, ईश्वर से प्रार्थना भी है कि उसका मिशन अच्छी तरह पूरा हो। इसके लिए हम सभी लोग परिवार के जितने भी सदस्य जितने हैं सब उसको आशीर्वाद देते हैं। हमारे लिए तो एक उत्सव है, हमारा बच्चा जो है इतने बड़े मिशन पर जा रहा है। देश प्रदेश और लखनऊ का नाम जो है पूरा इस बच्चे के नाम से लिया जा रहा है।
ये तो एक गौरव का क्षण है सबके लिए, हमारे लिए भी है और लोगों के लिए है जो जगह जगह पोस्टर लगा रहे हैं। सभी को खुशी हो रही है कि हमारे देश का इस त्रिवेणी नगर का एक बच्चा इतनी ऊंची उड़ान भरने जा रहा है, तो इसीलिए सब जगह जगह पोस्टर लगाए गए हैं। हमारे दरवाजे पर भी सब सजाया गया है खूब अच्छे से। जड़ों के बाद पत्ते निकलते, शाखाएं फैलती, सब इधर उधर फूलता। उसी तरह से हमारा बच्चा हमारे आंगन में खेला, पढ़ा लिखा, बड़ा हुआ। उसने अपने हिसाब से अपना रास्ता चूज़ किया कि मुझे किस रास्ते पे जाना चलना है। अब उसके रास्ते का ये अंतिम पड़ाव है कि हाँ, इससे ज़्यादा वो क्या और करेगा। जहाँ उसको पहुँचना था उसका मिशन पूरा हो रहा है।